Good evening, everybody. It's summer. Yes, it is. The future is so bright. We got to wear shades, right? I think so anyway. Thank you for being here, guys. So excited. Summer is here, and we're going to do things a little bit differently tonight. I am Reverend Rob Banashak, and I'm the spiritual spinster. Delighted that you are joining us this evening, either during the live stream or viewing as a recording. Whenever you are here meditating with us, your energy is part of the collective energy around this meditation. And so you are just as much a part of it, no matter when you join. So welcome to all. Glad you're here. Happy summer. So I thought we could do things a little differently tonight. We've been using a beautiful deck of cards recently, and that is the Osho Zen Tarot. And I love this deck. I would like to continue exploring it for the next couple of weeks. However, it is the day after the summer solstice. Summer has officially begun, and the earth magic cards that we have used previously have such beautiful earth magic related cards. And so the summer solstice card is just beautiful. And so in addition to drawing our card from the Osho Zen Tarot deck, we are going to hear a little bit about the summer solstice card, the summer solstice from the earth magic cards. So we're going to add that energy to whatever card we are drawing this evening. So basically we're getting two cards for the price of one. One we know, and that is the summer solstice card from the earth magic deck. And the other one we will draw together. Sounds like fun, right? So as always, let us begin by reflecting on why we're here tonight and perhaps setting an intention for tonight's meditation. And so I like to do this on a little slip of paper because I will then burn that paper and send it off into the universe, much as we did when we would gather in person. Since we aren't in person, we can still kind of collect the energy. So I will create an intention for myself on one sheet. And then on the other sheet, I'm going to write the words, everyone's intentions. And it will be that little slip of paper, that little ticket that I will burn on behalf of all who are meditating. Again, during the live stream, during the recording, that energy gets added into this one slip of paper just by our intention and gets sent back into the universe, representing all of us. So that sounds like fun. And what else? We're going to start tonight by learning a little bit more about the summer solstice as told from the perspective of the earth magic card deck. So before we shuffle the next deck, we're gonna view this earth magic card. And the card, of course, is summer solstice. So let's take a look at the card and let's listen to a few reflections about the card. I'll share some of my own, as I want to do, and then we can draw the next card that will accompany that beautiful summer card. So give me a second and we will show you the summer card for the day. There it is, summer solstice. You'll see how beautiful this card is, representing the start of the summer, representing the longest day of the year, which means it's the most number of hours of light. So summer solstice is really about the return of the light. And before we go into meditation, I will talk a little bit more about that, but let us get comfortable. We're not quite settled completely yet. But let's learn a little bit more about the summer solstice and about what it signifies. And that began yesterday in the Northern Hemisphere in this part of the country at around 5:13, I think 5:13 or 5:15 a.m. So we are now officially into summer. We had the longest day of the year, and each day will be getting just a little bit shorter from this point forward, but we are still celebrating the light. And again, much more about that in a bit. So you can look at the card while I read from the book. And I just love the theme of this card, the message of this card, which is radiance. Radiance. I think it's a great word. The word solstice originates from the Latin word solstitium, which means stationary or stopped. S-T-I-T-I, st equals stopped, and sol equals sun, solstice. This is because twice during the solar year, the sun appears to rise and set in the same place for several days. It seems to be taking a much needed rest before making the next circuit across the sky from one solstice to the next. Its ceaseless, predictable certainty having existed since before the time of our ancestors. There are stories in many cultures that personify the sun as a deity, either male or female, often riding the sun across the sky in a boat or chariot. With the summer solstice comes the culmination of the sun's travels that have led to the longest days of the year. The light is now at its fullest and has provided its own brand of nourishment to the land and all its inhabitants. Celebrations and ceremonies abound. Passion and playfulness are themes. We feel an innate desire to be outdoors in the natural world and reap the benefits of the longest days of the year. We instinctually seek the light, and during this cycle, there is an abundance of it. Now, I've said this before, but I seem to recall as a child the days getting longer in the summer, but I always remembered them, or at least I thought they were later in the season. So I always thought those lazy, hazy days of summer were sometime in August. But as it turns out, the start of summer in June is actually the longest day of the year. So everything is getting shorter. But we still have those daylight hours until the early evening, and it's just wonderful to be out and walking. And I planted flowers the other day, and just being outside and experiencing nature, at least in the Washington, D.C. area, before it gets too hot and too humid. And so if you received our Fireball newsletter today, you'll know that the theme the theme I'm focusing on for this summer beginning, for summer solstice and beyond, is really all about that playfulness, that inner light, that inner experience that we have that aligns us with the universe, and the one that illuminates the world with our presence, both individually and, of course, as a community. And it's a radiance. It is a radiance. That inner light is that radiance that this card speaks of. And so the book says, let the radiance of the sun inspire your inner radiance to shine forth. Release your concerns about what may happen in the future and focus on appreciating everything you have that is good and right. Allow Father Sun to take away your worries and cares. Do something physically active to stimulate your inner light. Dance, sing, but most important, get outdoors. Do not let any negative thoughts or habits stop you. When you are in love with life, you naturally radiate that love. Can I say that again? When you are in love with life, you naturally radiate that love. During this part of your cycle, your capacity to love is greatly amplified. In one of those supreme ironies of life, the more love you give, the more returns to you. It starts by allowing the radiant being you truly are to be expressed into the world. Smile a little more. Notice the beauty of nature. See the humor in the paradoxes of life. Show your love, especially to those with whom you are closest. Then smile even more and watch how the world around you lights up. I had not read this before I sent out our newsletter today, but what I talked about was the lyrics of that wonderful Sheryl Crow song that go, I'm going to soak up the summer sun. And I'm going to find my newsletter. She's got a great prescription, I think, for our summertime pleasure and fun. And she says, if you haven't read already, I'm going to soak up the sun. I'm going to tell everyone to lighten up. Now, I don't think she means, or at least I don't interpret this or am sharing this with you as a way to just kind of smack somebody and tell them to lighten up in a smarmy way. But literally, the solstice this summer, the beginning of summer, is about the opportunity to literally lighten up. We've had the longest day of the year. And of course, these days are going to seem like they are, the sun is still there in the sky, full of light, full of life. This is that time to lighten up. What does that mean? It means let's enjoy ourselves. Since celebrations could begin, since the dawn of time, and since people were celebrating the solstice, they were having rituals and dances and sharing this experience with one another. All across the globe, people celebrated this. This is a time of harvest and fertility. This is a time to be fully alive in our light. So why not continue that celebration? Why not continue to be that light? Says Sheryl Crow. Soak up that sun. Tell everyone to lighten up. But hopefully you don't have to tell them, because you're going to show them your light. We're going to live by example. We're going to show everyone our radiance. That's pretty cool, right? And it seems like it's pretty straightforward and easy. This is June. It's our joyful June. We've just started summer. It's Pride Month, which is also a time where LGBTQ plus people everywhere are encouraged, inspired to share their light, their uniqueness, where everyone is encouraged to understand who they are and celebrate who they are with our LGBTQ plus brothers and sisters, many of whom, myself included, have come on quite a journey to recognize that inner light that is unique and that is special and that can be shared with the world. So there's just light celebration all the way around this summer and really every summer. And again, every opportunity is our little tickler file so that we can continue this process, not just in the summer, but throughout the year. I know you know what I mean. So no need to keep beating that little dead summer horse. So before we choose our cards tonight, you've had enough time to reflect on what your meditation tonight might mean for you. Let's write those down together. Let's think about this radiance card that we have been talking about. Think about how that radiance is going to be added to whatever card we draw for everybody. and how your radiance is going to drive the answer to the question that you're going to ask right now, or the guidance that you're going to write down that you seek. That's our intention. Answering a question you have for the next week about your life, or asking to receive guidance for a particular path that you are on in your life. And we're going to just use that radiance card to bump up and strengthen whatever that card that we draw from the Osho Zen Tarot deck will be. So I'm going to write mine down. If you don't want to write yours down, you can pretend, you can just hold it in your hand as if it's written down and just send me the energy of whatever's there. I will collect it in the single ticket that says everybody's intentions. But first, I will write mine. I've written mine, my personal one, leaving it in full view so I don't forget. Now, as you will see, and I don't know about you, but my penmanship, which was never very good, has certainly gone downhill since the advent of our computers. But let me show you. This little ticket says everyone's intentions. So this is the one that I'm going to use during the meditation. And this is the one that's going to be imbued with all of your energy as we meditate. So whatever your intention is, send that intention my way. We'll gather it, we'll burn it, we'll send it off into the universe, and so it shall be returned. All right, so got two cards for the non-price of one. Let us draw an Osho Zen Tarot card. I love this deck. And as always, if you are watching on YouTube Live, please remember to hit that like for the video and of course subscribe to the channel and to click the little bell there to receive notifications on when we do live events and other events just like this one. It's really important. I'd love to continue to generate more subscribers to the channel. You guys are here all the time, and so be counted as a subscriber, and that will count toward our growth together as a community. So here are the cards. I'm going to shuffle them, and you are going to add your energy however you want to do that. You can, however you want. If you want to be like Samantha and wiggle your nose, or be like Jeannie, or blink them to me, or hold up your hands and just send them like an energy ball, it is all up to you. I will receive it. The cards will receive it, and then we will draw the top card, which we will agree represents everybody. It's the easiest one for everyone to see me draw. So you don't have to, no one has to suspect that I'm using my own intuition to draw my own card. We agree that the top card is our card because it's the easiest one to see that I've drawn. So I'm going to begin now. If you're ready to send me your energy, go right ahead. Let's do it. All the while looking at that beautiful radiance card, imagining how that radiance is going to impact and affect and strengthen whatever card we draw from this deck today. Right? Ready? Top card, y'all can see it. It is, ooh, what an interesting card. Interesting colors. The card is, can you see it? It's intensified. Now that's pretty cool because look, does that not look like a star or a sunburst right there? Does that not look like the sun giving off its hottest radiance to the world? And it even is personified in this beautiful creature. So it's almost like the living representation of the sun's intensity. Maybe. Let's see what the book has to say, and then let's see how we align those two cards together. Now, I did not create a space to put the cards side by side, so you're going to have to imagine this card, get a good look at it in that radiant sun, because I'm going to switch over and we're going to put the other card down. And then we begin to meditate. Actually, I think I'm going to put this card just on top of this. There you go. So you remember what the card underneath looks like. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool given that I also chose those colors for the background of the card today before starting tonight. And look how they match that sunburst, that intensity. Gorgeous. Let us see what the Osho Zen Tarot has to say about this beautiful card. All right, so all of the corresponding suits of this Osho Zen Tarot deck have corresponding, of course, suits in the Rider Waite deck. And so this is the Knight of Fire, which means it is the Knight of Wands card. It's a fire card, guys. Fire, summer, sun. What is going on? Intensity, that is what's going on. So the Knight of Fire, intensity. Again, would be the Page of Wands. I'm sorry, the Knight of Wands card and the Rider Waite deck. I mean, come on. Do not plan this. Fire card, intensity, sunbursts. Crazy. So in the Osho Zen Tarot deck, we are talking about action, taking action, putting our mind into practice with activity. So this is what the book says. The figure in this card has taken on the shape of an arrow, moving with the single pointed focus of one who knows precisely where he is going. He is moving so fast that he has become almost pure energy. But his intensity should not be mistaken for the manic energy that makes people drive their cars at top speed to get from point A to point B. That kind of intensity belongs to the horizontal world of space and time. The intensity represented by the Knight of Fire belongs to the vertical world of the present moment. A recognition that now is the only moment there is, and here is the only space. Now is the only moment there is, and here is the only space. When you act with the intensity of the night of fire, it is likely to create ripples in the waters around you. Some will feel uplifted and refreshed by your presence. Others may feel threatened or annoyed. But the opinions of others matter little. Nothing can hold you back right now. How awesome is this card for the beginning of our summer? Nothing can hold us back with our intensity, with that fire that is coming from within, with that light. It's all connected, folks. Zen says, think of all the great words and great teachings as your deadly enemy. Avoid them because you have to find your own source. You have not to be a follower and imitator. You have to be an original individual. You have to find your innermost core on your own with no guide, no guiding scriptures. It is a dark night, but with the intense fire of inquiry, you are bound to come to the sunrise. Everybody who has burned with intense inquiry has found the sunrise. Others only believe. Those who believe are not religious. They are simply avoiding the great adventure of religion by believing. So, across the board, this day, the beginning of summer, summer solstice, this card that we just happened to draw tonight to accompany the summer solstice card about intensity and about fire is about aligning with that unique presence that is within us. That presence that burns from within and that illuminates from within and around us when we allow that light to shine. So that's what we are focused on tonight. How was this card and the accompanying radiance card, how was that an answer to a question you had? And how is it guidance for the path that you are on this week? It is the answer, or it is the guidance. This is not debatable. We've decided that it is. So how is it? How will it work for you? And how will you work with it to create and manifest and align with that beautiful presence that exists within you, within me, within each and every one of us? What a great image. What a great concept to meditate together, I think. So let's do it. Let's get there. Let's go into meditation. Hopefully you're comfortable. Hopefully you've made that little nest for yourself. And we will begin by just focusing on our physical body, because we're going to allow that physical body to just not go away, but certainly to kind of disappear into the background for a bit as we focus on that beautiful essence that is within. But before we let the body dissolve and disappear, or at least appear to, we want to get in touch with the body, because in order for us to know what we are letting go of or releasing, we want to know what is there. So let us feel our bodies in every way. And we start that, of course, with our breath. So we're going to take our first couple of breaths together. And then on the third breath, I'm going to ask you to just allow your eyes to flutter closed. But then if you can just hold that closed eye and kind of roll it up just a little bit toward your crown chakra, or towards your third eye chakra and your crown. Just hold it there during meditation. So it will help you stay alert while you go into your relaxation, and keep you focused on the imagination and moving upwards toward our spiritual enlightenment and growth. So let's take those breaths together. And again, we want to fully experience our physical self on the first two breaths. So kind of scan quickly, just to feel your physical limits and boundaries on those first two breaths. And then as you close your eyes, allow that physical cocoon space, uh, whatever container, to just dissolve away as you close your eyes on the third breath. And we will then release ourselves into the ether together. So, ready? Inhale. Feel every part of your body. That's why we're keeping our eyes open. Look around, look at the card, look at the screen. Feel that physical space that you occupy. And exhale. Okay, let's do it again. Inhale. Everywhere, feel your fingers and toes, fill it with oxygen. Feel them pressed against the ether around you. As you exhale. Good. One more, let's do that. So again, as you inhale, experience that body, experience its limits and its boundaries and its casing. And just as you exhale, close your eyes. And then wherever you felt those boundaries, allow them to just dissolve away. Dissolve away. We've entered into a space that is beyond the physical. It is a metaphysical space. Not bound by the limitations of our physical self. Instead, a space that feels expansive and responsive to our unique, beautiful presence. We may feel that it is a dark space, but it's really more of a neutral space. And again, because we are all in our homes and subject to any ambient noise that may be around us, particularly as windows might be open for the summer, as people are out later, I invite you to think of all ambient noise around you as just an invitation to go a little deeper. Our ultimate goal is to be able to go into this stillness wherever we are. Even if apparent chaos exists around us, we want to be able to make ourselves still and also experience the world and not shut ourselves off from it in order to get to that stillness. Our breathing is natural and intentional. And in this space, this expansive inner universe, we feel released and free from any pain, either physical or emotional or mental. We are free. We are floating. We feel comfortable and safe. And though we are relaxed, we feel very much alive on this summer's evening. We feel the power of the light. Even if the sun has set or is setting where we are, the light that we have seen in the last day is our source of illumination of ourselves and of others. Feeling comfortable, out of body, and yet full memory of the sensations of breathing. Comfortable, alert, those tones fade in the stillness, though without our physical body present in this space, we do begin to feel a tingling, a warmth, a soothing sensation right where our heart chakra would be. It's just a comfortable, delightfully soothing, soft feeling of uniqueness. It almost feels like a spark so gently has ignited a candle flame in that heart area. And it begins to become a little more intense, just a little. As we breathe, as we just focus on that experience of the flame that has now been ignited. That flame that flickers this intensity ever so slightly. Slow before you beautiful color is uniquely us. Is it a favorite color? Is it a color that has immediately come to mind in the flame? We can be sure it's uniquely ours. Brighter. The color becoming more and more vivid. More intense. And more soothing. It seems to awaken a sense of uniqueness, of specialness, and yet of unity. All those who share the uniqueness of this light. This light, this radiance, made of all the qualities of the sun and the stars, has come and collected in this space with us and for us this evening. We are encouraged now to allow this fireball of color and radiance to grow as big as we can envision it to be, to claim a space in our lives, in the universe that is ours to claim. A presence that impacts and helps every place it finds itself. More radiant, more beautiful. Largesse, glowing as brightly as we do. Moment. Silence to experience it. Silence is no indication of diminishing of this presence. Instead, It is a signal of our confidence, of our assertion in our own life and in the universe. Let us love this light and this presence. Silence for a few moments together. Can you feel the love? It's not love from any one person. It is a divine love that comes from the depths of our being. Here in this expansive space, we can feel those depths. We can feel the expanse. We can feel our uniqueness. In that uniqueness, we now choose to take us wide. Let's allow our minds to expand beyond the space we are occupying. First, by noticing the souls that have joined us here, right next to us, above us, below us. Notice lights together, collecting more and more radiance along the way. As a body, we get bigger, bigger. Choose to expand our view now beyond our group of light here to look at the world, starting from our personal space, perhaps to our homes, neighborhoods, to our communities. So that view be like a drone. It goes higher and higher. See the world Google satellite photo. Satellite photo for your home. Found it. Zeroed in on it. Zoomed away from it. Realize versus remove space without changing the universe. Down. Notice our own beautiful light, radiant among all other lights. Contributing to the illumination of all the light and keeping its beautiful, unique radiance. See yourself as I will see myself glow. Grace, singularly unique. Notice everyone twinkling and glowing. And as you look around, as you look below, as you look above, each light, individually and together, is a celebration. Like exploding fireworks that never come to the ground. It's contrasting sky. Together, individually, in celebration of the radiance of our light, of our unique, exquisite beauty and radiance. Back to this radiance of collectiveness that could only happen with our unique contributions to it, our unique place in it. feel the smile of our light as it glows. It's a beautiful, exquisite celebration. Just to return to that quiet space of individual expression and luminescence and beauty. We hear the voice, the center of our soul, reminding us our unique beauty is a part of the collective beauty and radiance without which it could not be the collective expanse of beauty and radiance that it is. We are all creating, manifesting, and being the universe that we occupy and the universe within. Not one of our presences, not one moment of our individual lives can be removed or changed and not impact the makeup of it all. This comfort, this is deep from this evening's experience. It is both our celebration and our quiet, beautiful awareness. And having been that focused, intense being in that card that we have drawn this evening, we feel that we have aligned in the way that we sought to align ourselves when we entered this space this evening. The space of celebration, of the light, of pride in our very being and in the world we are creating together. We've celebrated, we've intensified, and now we know who we are. It never changes. The essence, that beauty, the purity. It is our core and our presence. And so let us, with joy and anticipation and expectancy and a love of life, return to that physical space. And let's just choose to go gently by becoming aware, just Ever so gently of the breath that has never stopped. It has always been there. Just kind of catch it as it enters our nostrils. There it is. It has been filling our body with oxygen for the last few moments as we've journeyed, and we exhale. And let us take a second breath, and we begin to feel that body again. As the oxygen fills our organs all the way out to our toes and our fingertips, top of our head, the tip of our nose, our elbows, we feel it. We feel that space that we occupy comfortably. Let us take one final deep breath together, and we will open our eyes, fully occupying ourselves as we exhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. So bright. Gotta wear the shades again. That was kind of fun, right? Oh, I had fun. Ooh. So we did it, guys. We did it. We took the journey together. We felt, got in touch with, embraced, and shared that presence all in the span of just about 45 minutes, maybe less, maybe more. So, with all of those intentions, beautiful as they are, let us send them back out into that space and allow the universe to manage the process so that we do not have to. After all, that was one of the pieces of advice from the card. Let that father son or mother son, if you choose to see her that way, gather it all. I'm going to burn my own first, and then I will burn all of ours together. So let us gather. Bye-bye. So you can see I've got everyone's here, guys. Thank you so much. A little light in my it's too bright, but it does say everyone's intentions. You see it now. There we go. Everyone's intentions right there for us. I know you believe me, but I just want to make sure you know. Guys, this is the summer. It's our joyful June. We have no place to go but up. There we go. I can just feel that energy just kind of get out into that expansive space as the rain starts hitting my rooftop. It's kind of cool, actually. Maybe quenching the intensity of the flames a little bit. I don't know. We need to. It said it was going to move those waters around us. And the waters are starting now. So let us see who is here tonight. Starting with Sue, and I see Matthew, aka Sue. I love you. Thank you for being so faithful and for embracing this beautiful process and creating this practice for yourself. It's really cool. Let's see who else is here on Facebook or YouTube. Are you on YouTube with me tonight? Let's see who else is here on Facebook. Look, there's Matthew's here. Hi, Matthew. Urban, hello. Kathleen is here. And Jordan is here. Hi, Anne. How are you? Joyce is here. Good evening to you. Thank you all for being here tonight. I'm hoping you're having a good time. I'm hoping you took this journey. I'm hoping you got to get what you needed to get. So everybody on Facebook, thank you for your presence, and thank the universe for your presence as well. YouTube, You're all favoring Facebook, and I think that's a little easier. So we'll catch the YouTubers on the other side. So thank you for joining, guys. If you would like to, I had an inquiry last week about making a donation to the Spiritual Spinster so that I can pay my Zoom account and keep things going here as I establish my solo practice. But I'm going to put two ways you can make a donation if you would like. I have Venmo and PayPal. So I'm going to put in the comments the way that you can, if you would like, a donation. And this via PayPal or Venmo. Both of them are there. Thank you in advance. To Facebook. Should you be so inclined, I am grateful. Just a reminder, guys, some things coming up for sure. We've got tomorrow evening. We are continuing with our discussion group that is working with the Course in Miracles, the great course, but it's actually working with a book that has interpreted the workshop portion of the Course in Miracles, and that is the Course in Miracles Experiment by Pam Grout. If you want to join us, please join us. We've got a great group going, and I know that we are just ready with open arms to welcome anyone to the group. Even if you haven't read the book, the principles are very, very, oh, what's going on? People are getting crazy outside as the rain starts. The group is working with, basic principles that we've all seen as spiritual seekers along the way. But the great thing about the group is that we hold ourselves accountable and responsible for not just reading about these principles, not just discussing them, but also putting them into practice in our daily life. So important. Ultimately, is the way that we are going to keep this ascension process going is to move beyond our meditations and to move beyond this journey, because we still are living our lives. Let us get out there and let us live by example, be the light that we choose to seek. Y'all know the message. So given that, yes. And yes, I think I put the Venmo account up there. Oh, the Venmo is the Spiritual Spinster one, and I will send that to you. Oh, it didn't take. All right. So via PayPal is at the Spinster. Via Venmo is the Spiritual Spinster. Let me do that one separately, real quickly. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you. You know I do. Glad you're here. Always glad you're here. And I am looking forward to many more of these. We will see you next week. We'll be smack in the middle of summer. And check out the new webs page, which is in the newsletter. I think you guys are all on that list. If you're not on the list, please send me a direct message or a comment in the chat. I will add you. Send your email to that list. And for Ann adding the Venmo. All right. I'll text this one to you, Ann, because it's defaulting to on my Facebook page. So I will send it to you directly. All right. All right, guys. Be well. I love you. Happy summer. Happy solstice. Soak up the sun. Tell everyone and show everyone how to lighten up. And the rest will be all yours.